Healthy, energizing homes is a space where we learn how to change, how we advance, to learn, to act, and to balance within our environment. This is a collaborative approach to energizing your home. And as an architect, it's not something that we would normally talk about to our clients, but at the same time, we have specialists like feng shui, Vastu systems, and different kinds of systems like that that people use um, within outside of the architectural realm to help you learn about this. And the great architects of old actually used that within their own design. They may not have spoken about it as much, but it was very much informed those kind of principles. So one of the things that I've come up with is really how a DNA blueprint report, and this DNA blueprint report really deals with vibrations, and it helps you to understand your own personal wavelength and your own personal vibration. And the reason why it's helpful is that it gives you an informed picture of the holistic part of yourself. We feel at times that we're quite simple. There is only one side to me, a black and white kind of world that we live in. But the reality is that we're a very complex being and there's many levels to us. And we need to be able to delve into those levels of ourselves to be able to live within our environment, because our environment is changing rapidly around us. And if we don't learn how to utilize our innate ability, we can find ourselves in these situations where we are unhealthy. So the power color DNA proofing, I have three different types that we can do. And the first one is a simple one, which is just know thyself. It's just a literal kind of understanding how your name, your birth date, you know, where you come from before you come. Now you may say, I know where I come from. I was born in a country, I lived in a country, but there's another level of you that from your womb, when you came from your mother's womb, there is a space there. There is a life there that was created. And within that space, there was a whole heap of information that was bestowed onto you that when you was birthed out, that you had to learn on the planet as a human being. So the thing that I would like to help you learn was who you were before that, so that you can understand how the journey that you're on in this particular lifetime is to take you somewhere. The second product is Know Thyself, which is about your image. How do you see yourself outside yourself? How do you, the world see you? In this new YouTube world that we live in, know thyself is important because we are all influencers. We are all here to influence somebody. And what we're influencing is very important. And for us to understand who we are and what we are trying to show the world and not get caught up in the illusions of the world is very important. So this product helps you to understand a little bit more about yourself. We then could go into our home environment and know thy geometric field. The field is where you live, the field is your home, and how with you within your home can be placed together. It's important for you to understand the I am principle. It's important for you to understand natural laws. This kind of helps you with the generative principle of care, helps you to understand who you are, what your environment are, and what the qualities are, and how you can change the qualities. We all have been in an environment where we felt, that's not for me, I don't like it, I don't want to go through that door, I don't like that house, I don't like the feel. So regardless whether you believe in this as a reality, your feelings tell you when you walk into a property or into a space how you feel already. And this helps you to understand what that is. And particularly in your own home environment where we are all now being told to live together 24/7 hours a day, how do we own our own space within that environment? When we have children, we have life, we have work. So this Know Thy Geometric Field is really about understanding our living space and how we can adapt that living space to coordinate with our wants and needs. Know Thy Etheric Field is where we kind of go in. You may think it's going out, but you're going in. You're going into your own field, your own personal aura. How do we know what our aura is? How do we understand how our aura impacts other people within our environment? So it's very important with our etheric field that we understand how that fits within ourselves. And understanding that can actually help you unlock a lot of gifts that you innate gifts you have within yourself, and it may even help you release traumas that you've already had in your life that you are questioning and wondering why. So this is a very powerful space to go into, and it takes deep work. But the thing that I'm bringing to the table for you is that as an architect, one of the things that is important for me to understand is that there's consultants out there. There's lots of people who know on a deeper level how to deal with those areas. You don't need to have to deal with them on your own. But the question is it's very hard at times to know where to go, what one, is it the right one for me? Is it the right time for me? And as an architect, we deconstruct and reconstruct people. So this is really a deconstruction of yourself to reconstruct you and give you that information to tell you, to give you a guide, a map as to where to go, and you can use your etheric field as a helping place within that. Branding by Design is a lifestyle consultancy. It's a bit about group work as well. You may have a team of people you're working with, and it'd be important for you to understand the dynamic between the team and understand how to get the best out of the people working for you. At this point in life, we are very much beholden to other people telling us and feeding us through a computer. So how do you discern within that environment who is the right person for you? So this is really a place where you can actually learn to brand yourself, learn to understand who your tribe is, because the tribes are all changing now. Who you belong with is not necessarily about the color of your skin, and it's not about where you was born or the language that you speak. We are now in a real whole world. Everybody on the planet is available to you if you know how to speak to them, how to communicate to them. And this is something that is going to take us to a completely different level of understanding ourselves, but also how do we maintain our individuality in this setting as well.